Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we look at another LeetCode daily challenge, and today's problem is largest number. Given a list of non-negative integers nums, arrange them such that they form the largest number. So we have been given a list of non-negative integers. We need to rearrange them and try to form the largest number possible. Let's try to look at the first example. It's 10, 2. What are the possible numbers that can be formed after rearranging these? Okay, one of the numbers is 102, simply concatenate. The other is like keep 2 first and then 10. So 210 is the answer because it's larger of the two or larger of all the possible numbers that could be formed. So looks like we are trying to sort and then concatenate after converting these numbers into string, of course. For example, what I'm saying is convert these numbers into strings and sort them. So 2 would be first and then 10, and after that simply concatenate them. So it is 2, 10. Okay, so convert into string, sort it and concatenate. Let's see if this logic works for the second example. The second example is 3, 30, 34, 5 and 9. Okay, let's assume that these have been converted into string. We'll go ahead and simply sort them. 9, 5, 3, 4, 3, 0, 3. And after we concatenate them, this is what we'll get. But is this the answer? Nope. The answer is 9, 5, 3, 4, 3, 3, 0. So what exactly went wrong? Our last two digits do not match because according to us 30 was given precedence over 3. That is why in the answer we have 303. So while comparing two strings, we need to take care of one thing. We can't simply look at their absolute values. We need to see if we can get a better number by concatenating them in a different way, like the smaller number first and then the bigger one. For example, let's take this only as the example. So we have two numbers 30 and 3. Let's say these are A and B. So we can't simply say A is greater than B, so we'll just do A plus B. That will be our final answer in the concatenated string. We have to check two things. We have to check A plus B and we have to check B plus A and then take a call. A plus B would give us 303, B plus A would give us 330. So like we can see, B plus A gives a value which is bigger than A plus B. So 3 should be given more precedence than 30. And in our example, if we give 3 more precedence than 30, our sorted list of nums would be 9, 5, 3, 4, 3 and then 30. And this is the answer that we are looking for. So we just have to sort a list of strings and just make sure that we have this comparison logic between the two strings. That's it. So we'll take a look at the time and space complexity when we code it up. So let's try to code it up now. Okay, so we'll start off by creating a vector of string containing all our stringified numbers. I'll name it strnums. We'll get the size of our input array, string result, which will contain our concatenated string at the end, that will be returning as the answer. Now let's loop over each nums and we'll put it in our strnums. after converting it into string. Finally, we'll sort these in descending order. So and we have to make sure that we do it in a particular way that we discussed. So we'll write that compare method later on. For now, let's assume that it sorts it in descending order and we have the right order. Finally, we just have to concatenate and return. So we just need to take care of one more base case, which is what if all the numbers are 0? In that case, we need to return 0. We don't need to concatenate because it will be 0, 0, 0, 0. That is not required. So we'll just check if in the sorted array of our string, if the first item itself is 0, then we'll simply return 0. Else we'll simply concatenate and return the result. Okay, let's go ahead and write the compare method that we have written here. So we'll overload the operator function for this. So the sort function in C++, whenever you are trying to write a custom comparator, you return true when you want to swap those two numbers and you return false when you do not want to swap. So when do we want to swap? Firstly, we need the array in descending order. So we would want to swap if a, like number 1, is greater than number 2. That's when you want to swap. So but in our case it's not as simple as this, because we need to check if a plus b is greater than b plus a. So we'll just do that. This tells us that if a plus b is greater than b plus a, then give a the precedence over b in the sorted list of strings, and this will take care of the things. So let's see, let's try to run the example test cases. Oh, we did not return something. We need to return result. Yeah, example test cases work fine. Let's try to submit. Okay, the solution gets accepted. Great. Let's try to understand time and space complexity taken by our program. Starting from here, so we loop over all the integers, convert them into string, and push it back into a string array. This runs for n times, and each time how much time does it take? ToString takes O of d time every time, where d is nothing but number of digits in num. Now, according to the question, d can go to a maximum of 10 digits because num can go up to 10 power 9. 10 power 9 has how many digits? 10. So d can have a maximum value of 10. Considering d as constant, this will roughly take O of n time. Coming to the sort function, we are sorting our list of or array of strings, and that will roughly take O of n log n time. However, at every comparison, what we are doing, we are comparing the string after concatenation. So we have already seen that a digit can go up to a maximum length of 10 or d. So I'll just write that out, d. And after concatenation, what will be the length of each string? For comparison, it would be 2d or 20. Now when you include this in n log n, it would again be neglected because it's a constant. So this sort function will take n log n time. Finally, we loop through our list of strings and we concatenate them into result. So this will again roughly take, it will run for n times, and every time it will concatenate d digits. So that would be n into d time. We have already seen that d is a constant, so this will again roughly take O of n time. Okay, so time complexity is big O of n plus n log n plus n, that is roughly big O of n log n. That's it. Let's try to look at the space complexity. So we are storing all our numbers, stringified numbers, into a vector of string. So that will roughly take, so firstly it will be of size n and each string will be of size d. And finally we store the result wherein we concatenate all the numbers, all the stringified numbers. Now the size of that vector is n, we already saw. Size of each string is d. Concatenating them will give us O of n into d size. Now considering d is a constant like we discussed earlier, space complexity would be big O of n. So this is our time and space complexity. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more LeetCode solutions. I'll see you guys in the very next one.